So, Paige, this question is for you. I want to ask you, what does it look like to be in a godly relationship?
Yeah, so this is a really good question, but I feel like this question could go so many different angles. It could go for dating or friendships or your family or people that you have a hard time loving or you just have tension between. But I know whenever I was in high school, someone had told me that you should have three groups of people in your life, and that's someone that is ministering to you, people you're ministering with, and people that you are ministering to. So what that means is that you have someone that's pouring into you, that's teaching you, that's mentoring you. And then you have your home dogs. You got like your homies, you got your OGs, you got the people that are going to walk with you, and you can tell
Good.
them your dirt, and they're still going to love you, and they're going to be there for you and encourage you. And then you should have people that you are ministering to. So these are people that you are discipling, because Jesus calls us to make disciples when we follow him. And so those are three groups of people that I've been told to have in your life. But then also I look at the two greatest commandments that Jesus says, and that's love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And I think Jesus picked these two as the greatest, because if you know how to love God well and you know how to do relationship well with God, then you know how to do relationship with people well, because you know how to love God and you know his love. You've experienced it, so you know how to love people. And so if you're listening and you're like, I just need, like, I don't even know where to start with relationships with humans, because humans can be hard sometimes. And I would just encourage you with those two things. But then also, if you're listening and you're like, I just got some people in my life that I have a hard time with, and I got some beef with, and I don't know what to do. And I would say, look at Jesus, because I was told that if you want to know about God, look at Jesus. Look at the person of Jesus when he was walking on this earth. And so go to someone that's here as a student intern, or Pastor Joey or me. Reach out to us, or and look at the person of Jesus. Look at the Gospels. There's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And let love be your highest goal. And if you have beef between you and somebody else, that's okay, but create that peace. Have those hard conversations. Look at Jesus, the way that he walked, the way that he talked, and he just sat down and shared meals with people that that people didn't like or that he loved. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I think what's so crazy about what you're saying is, oftentimes with Jesus' life, I know at least early on and being a Christ follower and things like that, for me, I really looked at the beginning and the end, because it's the fun things that we celebrate, right? Like we celebrate at Christmas time, and so we celebrate the birth of Jesus. That's awesome. Then we celebrate Easter time, the resurrection of Jesus. But, man, there's so many years that are in between, and we look at Jesus' life that's recorded in Scripture, and what did he do? Man, he made love his highest goal. He tore down the old law, and he said, look, no, love God, love people. That's really what it comes down to. And so I love that, Paige. It's great. And I know I got one of my homies right here. And so, it's good. You need people around you who have your back, because people are difficult. I guarantee you it would be 100. There's nobody watching tonight. There's nobody up on the stage. It's like, I just love everyone. Like all people are easy to love. That's just not true. And when you're talking about beef, I'm going to age myself, but if y'all remember the Drake and Meek Mill beef a few years back, beef is fun. People talk about that. There was a Chick-fil-A in my hometown who put that up on their sign, which is hilarious that Chick-fil-A would do that. But they put it up because, honestly, when people are arguing, when there's something to talk about, man, that's gossip. People like to. Peace is not something that really people talk about a lot, and I think it should. And so I love that. I don't know if anybody else has anything that they want to talk about on that.
Well, I heard a quote yesterday in a meeting that I was in, and someone said, if you have someone that you don't like, if there's someone in your life that you don't get along with or you don't like, it's probably because you don't know their story and you just don't know them very well. So take them to lunch, pay for their lunch, and hear their story. And I think that's a great way to kind of calm the waters.